Be Free from Anxiety, Master How You Breathe by Dr. Randy Kale. Anxiety has become the background noise of modern life for adults, teens, and even children. For some, it simmers as constant tension. For others, it surges in waves of fear, overwhelm, or panic. For many, it is debilitating. Understandably, many reach for medication to find quick relief. While that can sometimes help in the short term, long-term solutions are often more complex and less chemical. Cognitive behavioral therapy, meditation, tapping techniques, and neurofeedback have all shown solid success in reducing anxiety. But there's one low-tech, often ignored strategy that consistently proves transformative when done correctly. Learning how to breathe? Yes, breathe. I know it sounds too simple to be taken seriously, but stay with me because how you breathe can change how your brain and body experience anxiety moment by moment. The breathing anxiety connection, what you're probably missing. Let's start with what actually happens when you're anxious. Anxiety states, whether subtle or overwhelming, are nearly always accompanied by shallow, fast breathing. This isn't just a side effect, it's part of the problem. When you're anxious or panicking, breathing becomes short, high in the chest, and rapid. The body interprets this as danger. It activates the sympathetic nervous system, which drives the classic fight-or-flight response. Heart rate increases, muscles tense, and the mind scans for threats. This is great when a bear is chasing you. Not so helpful when you're just trying to fall asleep or speak in a meeting. Now here's the kicker. The brain learns to associate this breathing pattern with danger. Over time, even mild stress can trigger the same short, fast breathing, which tells the heart and brain that something's wrong, even when it's not. This creates a vicious loop. Anxious thoughts, rapid breathing, body thinks it's in danger. More anxious thoughts. The loop tightens. Panic attacks often follow. Why this matters. Your breathing is the message. We used to think these anxious breathing patterns were just reactions to stress, but research and thousands of clinical hours tell us otherwise. Your breath isn't just reacting, it's signaling. It's a two-way street. Your thoughts influence your breath, but your breath also influences your thoughts, heart rhythm, and brain waves. In other words, changing how you breathe can interrupt the anxious loop, not with willpower, but with physiology. HRV and the key to calm. This is where heart rate variability, HRV, comes in. HRV refers to the variation in time between heartbeats. Contrary to what you might think, a healthy heart doesn't beat like a metronome. It speeds up slightly when you inhale and slows down when you exhale. This variability is a sign of adaptability and resilience. It's linked to better focus, emotional stability, physical health, and even longevity. The best part? You can train your HRV through breathing. When you breathe at a certain rhythm, you guide your heart into a smooth, wave-like rhythm. This signals safety to your brain and activates the parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your nervous system responsible for rest, digestion, healing, and calm. Think of it as your internal brake system in contrast to the fight-or-flight gas pedal. The right way to breathe, it's not what you think. Forget the old advice to just take a deep breath. That often worsens things if it turns into a huge gulp of air and a tense hold. Instead, we teach a precise technique, slow, even breathing that emphasizes a longer exhale. When starting out with HRV breathing, try this. Inhale through the nose for 4 to 5 seconds. Exhale through the nose or mouth for 5 to 6 seconds. That's it. No fancy posture, no counting backwards. Just smooth, unforced breathing with a longer exhale. Why the longer exhale? Because that's what stimulates the vagus nerve and turns on the parasympathetic nervous system. This longer out-breath tells the body, we're safe. You can stand down. Practice this for 5 to 10 minutes, 2 to 3 times a day, especially when you're calm. That's when your body learns best. If you only try this in a crisis, it won't work either. Think of it as training. You're building a new emotional operating system. And yes, it will feel weird at first. Your body might resist. That's okay. Do it anyway. Within a few days, many of my clients report a sense of control they didn't think was possible without a single pill or lecture. How we use this in our Neurofeedback clinic. At Capital District Neurofeedback, we've integrated HRV training directly into our brain training programs for both kids and adults. Why? When we pair neurofeedback, which teaches the brain to self-regulate, with HRV breathing, which teaches the body to communicate safety, we get faster, deeper, and longer-lasting results. The brain calms down, the heart rhythm smooths out, and the anxiety loop starts to unravel. Even better? It's easy to learn. Clients often master the breathing technique in just a few days, and we offer guided support in our clinic and on our website to make it simple. So yes, you're already breathing. But if anxiety or panic is a regular visitor in your life, it's time to breathe on purpose. Not with force, not with effort, just with rhythm, calm, and intention.